Every day, your phone speaks to you. Notifications, messages, alerts. Something is always calling your attention. But have you ever noticed? While the world keeps getting louder, your inner voice slowly becomes silent. And one day, when you really need it, you realize you don't know how to hear it anymore. In a busy modern city filled with glowing screens and endless noise, lived a young man named Arav. Arav was like most people of his generation. He woke up with his phone. He slept with his phone. Before his eyes fully opened in the morning, his fingers were already scrolling. Social media, emails, messages. His day began not with his thoughts, but with notifications. Arav had a decent job in a tech company. He worked long hours, attended meetings, replied to emails, and constantly checked his phone, even during lunch. To others, his life looked fine. Good job, good salary, active social life online. But inside, something felt missing. Sometimes, late at night, when the noise finally slowed down, he felt a strange emptiness. But before he could understand it, his phone would buzz again. And just like that, the feeling disappeared. Arav believed he was being productive. After all, he was always doing something, replying, scrolling, watching, posting. But slowly, he stopped noticing something important. He wasn't thinking anymore. He wasn't reflecting. He wasn't listening to himself. One day, during an important meeting, his boss asked him a simple question. "Arav, what do you think about this project direction?" Arav froze. For a moment, his mind went blank. He had read all the emails, he had seen all the data, but he had no clear thought of his own. He gave a vague answer. The meeting moved on, but something inside him felt uncomfortable. Why couldn't I think clearly, he wondered. A few days later, Arav received unexpected news. His company was going through restructuring. Positions were being reviewed. Nothing was certain. For the first time in years, Arav felt real fear. Not the temporary stress of deadlines, but deep uncertainty. That night, he sat alone in his apartment. No music, no TV, no scrolling, just silence. He picked up his phone, then slowly put it back down. For the first time, he didn't want distraction. He wanted answers. But something strange happened. His mind felt empty. No clarity, no direction, just noise, scattered thoughts, fear, confusion. It felt like standing in a crowded room where everyone is talking, but nothing makes sense. That night, Arav barely slept. The next morning, instead of checking his phone, Arav did something unusual. He left it on the table and stepped outside. He walked aimlessly through the city streets. For the first time, he noticed things he had ignored for years. The sound of birds, the movement of trees, the quiet rhythm of life outside screens. He kept walking until he reached a small park. There, he sat on a bench. No phone, no distractions, just silence. At first, it felt uncomfortable. His mind kept reaching for noise. But slowly, something changed. His thoughts began to settle. The chaos inside his mind started becoming clearer. And then, he heard it. Not a sound, but a feeling. A quiet voice inside him. It wasn't loud. It didn't force anything, but it was clear. It asked him a simple question. What do you really want? Arav didn't have an immediate answer, but for the first time in a long time, he started thinking honestly. That day changed something in Arav. He realized something important. He had spent years listening to everyone else, social media opinions, work expectations, external noise, but he had stopped listening to himself. His inner voice hadn't disappeared, it had just been buried under constant distraction. and now it was trying to speak again, but it needed silence. Arav didn't suddenly quit his job or change his life overnight, but he started small, very small. Every morning, he gave himself 10 minutes without his phone, just silence, just thinking. At first, it was difficult. His mind kept wandering. His fingers itched to scroll. But slowly, it became easier. He began understanding his thoughts, his fears, his goals, his mistakes. He started noticing patterns, things he liked, things he avoided, things that truly mattered. And something surprising happened. His confidence began to grow. At work, Arav started speaking with more clarity. Not because he knew everything, but because he finally understood what he thought. He stopped reacting instantly. Instead, he paused, he listened, he responded. His decisions became better. His mind became calmer. Even his relationships improved, because now he was present. Not half distracted, not lost in notifications, but truly there. A few weeks later, Arav was called into his manager's office. His heart started racing. This was it, the decision. His manager looked at him and said, "Arav, we've noticed a change in you." Arav stayed quiet. "You've become more focused, more clear, more thoughtful." There was a pause. Then his manager smiled. "We want you to lead the new project team." Arav was surprised, not because he got the opportunity, but because he understood something deeper. The change didn't come from working harder. It came from listening better. That evening, Arav went back to the same park. He sat on the same bench. This time, he wasn't searching for answers. He was simply present, calm, aware. His phone was still in his pocket, but it was silent. And for the first time, that silence felt powerful. Because now he knew the most important voice in his life was not outside, it was within. In today's modern world, noise is everywhere. Screens, notifications, opinions. Everyone is telling you what to think, what to do, who to become. But the most important guidance comes from within. If you never give yourself silence, you will never hear your inner voice. And without that voice, you may stay busy your whole life, but still feel lost. So, sometimes, pause, step away, be silent. Because in that silence, you don't lose time, you find yourself. If you like this story, please like this video, share it with your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, The Voiceless Teller. Thanks for watching.